You know, it's a bond that in many cases can't be broken. Mother-son connection. When mom wants to kill somebody, the son says, okay, where are they? How can I help you, mom? Okay, maybe they don't. That's a really horrible connection there if that's what you're willing to do. But it's certainly what happened here with a mother and son convicted in a murder conspiracy. A Pennsylvania woman receives a decades-long prison sentence because of that. Let's jump into this one. Carol with us today. Stacy has the day off. A Pennsylvania woman has been handed a lengthy prison sentence for her involvement in a murder conspiracy that targeted her ex-boyfriend, a case that also involved her enlisting her own son as the triggerman. Joyce Brown Rodriguez, 57, will be spending a minimum of 20 years and a maximum of 40 behind bars. The case revolved around the murder of Christopher Wilson, 52, who had dated Rodriguez for 2 years before the deadly incident. Rodriguez had pled guilty last December to one count of third-degree murder, criminal conspiracy, and other related charges stemming from the December 2020 shooting death of Wilson. Prosecutors from the Bucks County District Attorney's Office revealed that Rodriguez conspired to kill her son, Khalill Saleem Brown, 34, to carry out the murder. In July, Rodriguez testified against her own son in court. How nice! Khalill Saleem Brown was subsequently convicted of first-degree murder based largely on his mother's testimony. He now faces a life sentence in prison for his role in the murder. The murder conspiracy shocked the community, with Judge Finley describing Wilson's death as a callous murder. Wilson's family expressed strong emotions during the trial, particularly directed towards Rodriguez for her actions after planning the murder. Gianna Wilson said in a victim impact statement that she was outraged to learn Brown Rodriguez was responsible for her father's death, especially after she confronted the family in the immediate hours after the shooting. You had the audacity to walk up and hug me when you had your son murder my father. You were shameless, like a demonic person, acting like nothing had happened. For that, you deserve nothing coming to you. Very true. I mean, this, and then the mother testifying against the son who she put up to murder. This is like a crazy sociopathic, narcissistic mother. If you ever wanted to write a book on that, this is one. The motive behind the murder remains a mystery to the judge, who commented it makes no sense that anything that occurred here in any way should have led to you taking the life of Mr. Wilson. The investigation found that Wilson and Brown Rodriguez had been romantically involved since 2018. But Wilson ended the relationship. Upset, Brown Rodriguez repeatedly called and texted Wilson before going to his workplace the day before the shooting. While sitting in the parking lot that day, she texted her son, Khalill Brown, asking for his help. The next day, Brown Rodriguez drove the two of them to Wilson's workplace parking lot in a corner of the lot. When Wilson got out of his car to talk to a coworker, her son got out of the car and walked towards Wilson, she testified. She said that she then heard several pops. Brown Rodriguez then drove her son away from the scene. Cell phone evidence placed Brown near the crime scene at the time of the shooting. Khalill Saleem Brown, found guilty of first-degree murder, criminal conspiracy, firearms offenses, and other charges, is scheduled to be sentenced to life in prison next month. This is an evil family, is what it is.
It's horrific. And my guess is she was crazy, which is why he was breaking up with her. After 2 years, he'd had enough, or however long they'd been together.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't going to let it go. You know, people just can't. Some people, even though that person wants to break up with you, why do you want to be with that person if they don't want to be with you?
I've never understood that. I've never been in a relationship where I guess, chase them down or not chase them down, but I guess continue to ask for, let's try this again. I mean, I don't know. I mean, once I'm there, I'm done. If it's over, it's over. And if someone doesn't want to be with you, then move on. Why would you want to try and convince someone to still be with you if they don't want to be? It's just a recipe for disaster.
And you sacrificed your own son.
Yeah.
To get even with him. It's like, I'm going to kill him. If I can't have him, nobody can have him. This is what he deserves. No, I mean, how hard is that going to be to catch her with cell phone?
Not at
record?
all. I mean,
it was easy to figure out. And he walked up there and shot him with witnesses.
It was pretty much guaranteed that her son was going to get caught. I mean, again, we're dealing with a society with such low IQ that they think that this is the logical way of doing things. I mean,
or he could have convinced her son that he was doing all these horrible things to her. So,
could have, yeah.
He might have been thinking he was protecting his mom, and the guy was getting what he deserved.
That would have been the defense. They should have used that in his defense. If you were the attorney for him, that would be the road to go down. Is that, because then you could garner some sympathy and go, okay, look, this is it's a crime of passion. This guy was the son believed that his mother was in danger, had been harmed multiple times. And you'd probably get a lesser sentence. But I'm guessing, again, they weren't bright enough to go down that road.
As a family member, you can't be forced to testify against your son, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Can you just go, I take the fifth or whatever? Could you do that?
No, I mean, you
as a mother, are you forced to? Like, I think I would have been, as a mom, doing everything I could to have protected him. Like, I'm the one who did this. I was the one responsible for this. And that does not sound like what she did.
She can be compelled to testify. It doesn't mean she has to tell the truth. I mean, she's going to tell the truth or not. In this case, it very much sounds like she just wanted to save her own ass, no matter what.
Yep.
Truth be damned, if it's going to save her, she's going to testify against her own son, which she clearly did. Yeah. So there you go. If mom ever asks you to kill anybody, remember, everybody, the answer is always no. A big N-O to murdering someone for your mom.
You're locked into the Hidden Killers podcast.
Want more? Start binging on all of our true crime podcasts right now through Apple Podcasts and get an ad-free experience when you sign up to be a True Crime Today Premium Plus member, exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast, dropping soon.
Press subscribe now.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast
with Tony Bruschi.